lost our location. Whoa. Really crazy stuff. Okay, because so basically, the reason why locations are so important, obviously, is because we plan our days out in advance on where we're filming. We scout it like weeks in advance, right? And on Monday, we lost our first location, which basically means we lost all of our planning. And this is what happened. So, on Monday, we started our day at 9 a.m. in the morning, and this is the day right after we got shut down by the police, which you can see and check out the other video. Pretty crazy stuff. But basically, we woke up, as we do in the morning. I gather all the props for the day, I get all the equipment. Miles, my DP, comes over, and we put everything in the car, and then he went to location. I was running around. We were missing a couple of costumes. I was freaking out. It happens. And Miles got to the location, which was a park. It was another location we were quote-unquote stealing, which means we didn't have a permit for it. And it was Memorial Veterans Park, or Veterans Memorial Park, I think it's that, in Culver City. And basically, Miles got there. I was at Trader Joe's getting props, flowers for the film, my short film Flowers, and Miles calls me and goes, he goes, Nick, we can't use this location. I go, what? Why? Kind of freaking out. He's like, there are people already filming here. I was like, no way. He goes, yeah, where we were gonna film by the tree in the park, there were movie trailers and security there. He's like, where we were filming, where we want to film, there's security guards. And I immediately was like, oh crap. But then I was like, divert. And I was like, okay, give me a second, I'm gonna go find us another park. This was first thing in the morning. So the night before, we sent out call sheets, which I can go over in another video, but they basically break down for every person on crew what time they're gonna be starting and where they're gonna be. So everyone was already going to this park, so I had to find another park in less than 30 minutes for us to all congregate and us to film our day, because our whole day on Monday was gonna be in this park. Okay, so it was important that, we wouldn't get, in trouble with police or the public. We need to be really respectful, but also B and C need to feel like a field from our script. It's supposed to feel like a school field. There's soccer players and everything. So what I did, luckily, and I don't know how this happened, I think this was just the universe or God or someone, just some entity looking down and over me. But the other day, like a week before, I say randomly because it was random, I caught myself driving and I pulled into, I think I saw the public library, an LA public library, and I love libraries because they're free and I love reading. And I was like, oh, this is kind of closer to home. So I go in and I drive in, and behind it, like I drive in the parking lot, don't know why, I'm just like, oh, might as well. And behind it is a park. No kidding, it's a park, and guess what's on? Like, it's a field, and guess what's on this field? Soccer nets. Like soccer nets in Veteran Memorial Park. They don't have soccer nets. And I remember going there and being like, this was after we scouted Memorial Veterans Park and had everything laid out. I was like, oh man, I wish I saw this because this place would have been great. So immediately I jump back to that and I go, okay, that's an option, but we have some risks. A risk is I've never visited on a Monday a Veterans Memorial Park. We purposely scouted it on a Monday so I would know, if it was busy or not. So I was like, okay, we don't know if it's busy. And I was like, B, I don't know if there's parking. C, I don't know if there's like restrooms or anything. But desperate times call for desperate measures. And I basically was like, okay, stand by, which is like hold. It says, I'm gonna go scout a place. I went there and I basically was like, okay, everyone congregate. And it was called Palms Park. It was off of Overland if you live in LA. And we got there and I was freaking out because we got there and I told everyone, I was like, okay, everyone coming, this is a sensitive location. We're gonna be filming on this field. We don't want to draw attention to ourselves, so if you're not needed, be in your car or be like somewhere else in the park and we'll call you when you're needed. So everyone was kind of just dispersing, and we were really trying to be so low-key that we didn't want anyone really on the field except for the DB, me, and even sound Vincent. We wanted him to put like lav mics on, which are, I'll show you what a lav mic is. I think you've seen it before. It's something like this. I feel like a lot of ASMR artists use it. It's like these, right? They clip. They're not exactly these. They're a little bit smaller, I think, for the ones that he was using. But basically, you use it because when you do a wide shot, which is like a really, it's what it's called, a wide shot of the actors or the scene, you can't have a boom. A boom is like what you typically see for a sound because it's in shot. So they put mics on because you can get dialogue and be really far away. So initially we were trying to do that with the actors, but then we had sound issues. It took us 2 hours to basically figure out sound, which we were 2 hours behind schedule. I'm freaking out a little bit. And then on top of that, guess what's happened? We were like about to start shooting, like set up arrows dressed in costumes and soccer players, and then the cops came again. And I literally was like, oh my god, no. Because we couldn't reshoot this day. Like, it would cost us so much money. The cops were at the entrance, and we basically hung out for like a few minutes. And thankfully they didn't notice us, and then they left. I think they were talking to maybe like a homeless man, and they left. But it was scary, and what's wild is like you're on the day, like when we're filming, like you're obviously scared about all this, but all I was thinking about was like, okay, how are we gonna do this? How are we gonna shoot? And so when we started shooting, it's interesting. When you start shooting, all of that goes out of the window, and I think it might be just the director's hat when you put it on. But you're just focused on the scene, the acting, and we all were kind of under the thing, like if we get pulled away, if we get evicted from this park, like we'll just ask for like forgiveness after. It sounds bad, but like for filming, you can, if you're young and also small crew, which we only had like 7 people, you can ask for forgiveness and kind of play the innocent card, which I don't like doing. Like, I do feel bad about it, but at a certain point you gotta be smart and do what you can, right? Let me know what you think. Let me know if you think that's morally correct, or if like what I'm doing is kind of bad. I don't think it's bad because I'm not hurting anyone. It's a public park and everything, and we're being very respectful, and we're not putting like the public in our film or anything. I think, and we don't have the money to pay, so it's just and it's a really good story, so that's what I think. But basically the cops leave, and we're there on the field, and we start shooting, and I hope the sound was okay. It was like a little noisy, but we did the best we could. And then we were there basically all day. We have this really cool sequence in the film called Flower World, where our characters literally, it's surreal and absurd. They literally turn into flowers. So the main character looks into the sun, and he looks down, and everyone's covered in flowers, and it's supposed to be this euphoric visual, very fun. And so we had our costume designer like hot gluing the flowers onto the costumes and stuff, and it was a little hectic because we had to do scenes with them before they had the costume on, and after it ate up some time, but it looked really good. We had my friend do makeup on them, and then we shot it. Everything went pretty well. The only thing is, like, our AD who does time management wasn't really on us that much, so it felt like we were rushing a lot, and that's what I would do differently. I would get a better AD, I think. And the hard thing too is we were losing sunlight, so by the time the sun sets here around 5 p.m., we started at 9, we really started shooting at 11, and I think we had like 4 or 5 scenes on field. We basically, so we were losing sunlight, and then we had this one scene that we had to do at this, like, for the end of the film, and when it becomes like 5 p.m., apparently got really populated with children and kids, and I think it's because school's out. We were literally trying to film a scene, and you'll see it in the film when you watch it, or if you read the script, it's the last scene with Josh and Eddie before we pull away, and the film ends, and we were filming it at the tree, and there were all these kids around, like, being like, excited, but we couldn't get any sound, and I didn't want to ask them to leave. So again, we had to push that scene off to another day, which was the next day, Tuesday. There was this really cute moment though where we were filming, and this little boy came up to me and he goes, "I want to be on camera." And I was like, "What do you mean?" He was like 6 and he was adorable. And I was like, Miles, the DP, was filming and we didn't have sound. It's called MOS. So like we could be talking in the background. But while he was doing that, so I basically just like talked to the kid, and I was like, I gave him a high five, I gave him some flowers I was holding, and then it was really cute. Like his mom, his parents were like right around him, and they were like, "Oh my god, this is so precious." And then we gave him the slate for flowers, like the slate, we gave him the slate, which was to like close, and we have a video of him slating our film, which is so adorable, and I think I want to put it in the film. And we emailed the parents and stuff, and we got permission and stuff to do it, which is cool. So it's just so wholesome. But yeah, so we did that, and then our day isn't over. We then moved. I think we moved at like 5 p.m. Yeah, when it got dark, and then we moved to my apartment, this apartment, voila, where I'm right now, and we filmed a bathroom scene, which in the script is when Madeline and Josh have their like moment, and we filmed that in my bathroom. It was pretty good while we were here. It was kind of crazy. My main cast member got in a car crash on transit over here. I got him in and out and everything. I think he was fine. Yeah, we filmed that. It was really it's really fun doing bathroom scenes because it's such a small space and everyone's like in the tub, like holding lights, and we had a haze machine, which is like fog, and we did that in all of our interiors, but it gives it like this, you basically fog up the room and it gives it this atmospheric like visual effect, which was cool. And yeah, we did that until like 10, and then we ended the night with our main character taking a shower in my roommate's shower and having some great scenes there. And then we finished, and then we did it again. So the nice thing is all the equipment was at my apartment because that's where we ended. And basically we went over the shot list for the next day, and it was difficult. So this Monday, my DP, so we finished on Monday, my DP was leaving Thursday. Everyone's leaving for Thanksgiving, basically. I leave on Wednesday, like the day right before Thanksgiving, because I want to give myself a buffer window for this film. But basically, we did a shot list again for Tuesday. I had to ask all the actors if they're free. I had to basically pay the sound guy. Thankfully, everyone was free. I had to pay the sound guy to come in, and yeah, so it cost me a little bit more, but we did a call sheet. We did this again, but what we did was I don't think it's on here now, but we put actual times for each shot, which is what you're supposed to do. And we did that because on Tuesday, we had they call it a skeleton crew, which basically means you had the smallest crew possible. And that was because a lot of the people we were working with, we couldn't pay again, or they were working. So on Monday, it was like me, Miles, my roommate Nico, and then one other friend, and sound, which is 5 people, which is really small. And there are 2 main actors, but I'll tell you all about that in the next video. And yeah, so that's day number 3. My headphones coming out. That's day number 3 of filming my short film Flowers. We lost our location, but it actually, I think, ended up being a lot better than I predicted. We got a awesome location, which, I don't know if you believe in this, but I believe in the universe and everything happening for a reason. And so I think it was just the universe being like, you need to film here today. And, something worse could have happened at the other park. We could have got shut down. Yeah, so everything happens for a reason. And although we didn't get all the shots we wanted, we had to move that last scene, and there were some scenes where I felt rushed. Overall, I'm very happy with the team, and I think we did a great job. So, yeah, and I'll let you know about the next day, final day, Monday, which is the day, Tuesday, which is the day that we filmed before I filmed the We Wrapped video. So that's the day, and I'll talk about that in the next video. But yeah, I hope you found found this like somewhat interesting. I know I'm just kind of rambling and tell you about the days, but it's also because I would love to look back at this and kind of have like a, you know, like a memory of it. I don't know about you, but like, you know how sometimes you vividly go through something and then if you don't write it down or talk about it, you'll forget, and then you'll like, but if you write it down, you go back and be like, oh, that's what it really was like. Yeah, that's what I wanted, and I hope you find it interesting. Let me know in the comments what you thought was most interesting about today, and like if you think we handled it well with the location. And yeah, I just hope you're having a great day or a great night whenever you're watching this. And if no one's told you, you are beautiful. I know I can't see you, but I can feel your presence, and you're beautiful in and out, and I bet you're very attractive as well. Man, I'm like hitting on you. That's a little... I love to flirt, so it's okay. Okay, that's a weird outro, but we're moving on. So I hope to see you at the next video. And if you like this video or you want to follow my journey in entertainment, positivity, lifestyle, please click that subscribe button and like this video and comment to, you know, broaden our community. I really want to